Good afternoon. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Voice of the demons, right?
Yes.
Touchdown, demons!
Brined, marinated, or dry rubbed, it's sports the way you like it.
Sports Center top 10 right there!
Talking to the biggest names, bringing you the best interviews.
He actually smokes his beans.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
The cooler is full, and the brisket is resting.
Just a nice little pull, and it comes right apart. That's perfect.
We eat ribs with this dude.
Here's your master of ceremonies, the Kansas City Barbecue Society certified expert,
Throw the fade, looking for Ferguson. Got it!
Patrick Netherton.
13-yard touchdown. Demons are back in it. And good afternoon. We welcome you into the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger. This has already been a hell of a day, and we haven't even gotten on the air yet. It's been quite a day. We had the boss lady overhear me talking about rubbing the weevil, so I'm going to deal with that. So yeah, you're lucky you're hearing me today. No, actually she thought it was hilarious. So, which I hope everyone else does. Rogers just hangs his head in shame most of the time.
I'm so grateful to have an awesome head boss in this building that puts up with this zoo that she has to run.
Yeah.
Oh, Amy is
and here's the thing.
Best.
It's not like I made that up. That's a legitimate story.
But caught out of jest and not in context.
Right, out of context.
And you're a female?
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it.
Even if you're a male, but definitely the females were like, what is he talking about?
Yeah. No, and I had to.
Thank goodness we got such a cool boss.
And I still had, and I had to explain exactly what was going down. That Arkansas Monticello has a tradition where they have a statue of a boll weevil outside. They're in case you don't know, Arkansas Monticello, the boll weevils. That's their mascot. I have the picture of them. There's a statue of a boll weevil outside of their locker room. They come down, they rub the weevil before they head out on the field. It's what anyone should do before any big thing. You should definitely rub the weevil for good luck. That always reminds me, Raj, of Spaceballs. One of my favorite lines from Spaceballs. Snotty beamed me twice last night. It was wonderful. Just Snotty beamed me up. And he does when Snotty's doing the thing, he does Lock 1, Lock 2, Loch Lomond. Like, just does Loch Lomond, which I believe is where the Loch Ness Monster is in Loch Ness, but Loch Lomond is another one of the real famous lochs, which is, basically just a body of water. Anyway, today's been a weird day already, man, and we haven't even hit the air. We got the Weevil stuff. We got Rogers has been singing. If you want to catch that, you just go on Twitter. You can hear Rogers doing full opera. It's already been a crazy day, and we just started the show.
Just when you think you've gotten away from the past.
Yeah, the past creeps back up on you.
It reaches out and pulls you back in again.
Right. What was, is that Godfather?
Yes. 3, actually, the one everybody hates the most.
Okay.
When Pacino's trying to go legit,
away and
his family's trying to get out, but every time he thinks he's gone legit, he gets pulled back into where he's got to retaliate to his old ways, and then he has the diabetic coma after he does that.
Spoiler alert.
Yes.
Hello. Is there a spoiler alert for a movie that's like 30 years old now?
If you haven't seen it, I guess.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But I'm pretty sure you don't.
Does he
don't
die
get a
from the diabetic coma?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
There's the hanger.
No, there you go. I don't know.
Or does Andy Garcia take over?
I don't know. I don't even know who Andy Garcia is. I mean, I know who the actor is. I don't know what he plays. Speaking of Andy Garcia, I was watching Ocean's 11 last night. It was a really good. That flick holds up pretty well, man.
They just made so many that when I start watching them, I get confused. Is Andy the good guy in this one, or is he the guy they took the money from?
Right.
And who's this other guy who dances through the red lasers and? Mm-hmm. Okay, I said this is a little creepy for me. The guy had to had to put on a tutu and some leotards and dance through the red laser matrix thing. I was like, okay.
Well, somehow that was Le Schiff or whatever his name is.
Don't get me to line.
That one's Ocean's. That one's Ocean's 12.
Okay, if you got to learn to do that in your profession, then I think I'm choosing another profession.
11 is the one where they steal from Andy Garcia.
Okay,
and then I believe 12 is the one where that guy appears, and they're going after diamonds.
Okay.
And then 13's the one that has Catherine Zeta-Jones in it, I believe.
Okay. I got lost trying to keep up
and
with
then there's
like
Ocean's...
those Fast and Furious things. After the second one, I was like, aren't they doing the same thing? Aren't they driving fast and aren't they driving furious?
You know what I just realized, Rogers? We have a UAM hat right behind me.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Yep.
I've been talking about rubbing the Weevil, and the dang Weevil is right behind me.
And there's another connection of that hat to you. Fletcher went there, and you know where that hat came from?
I rubbed the Weevil, Raj. Yes, I don't know. Where did that hat come from?
Billy Grisham.
Oh, really? Grishko brought that in.
He found that at a garage sale for Fletch.
There you go.
And brought it to him.
The old Weevil.
Yep. You know what? We need to get Amy down here and let her rub that Weevil to show that it's a real thing.
And when I talk
because it's not like you just made that appear out of nowhere, and that way she'll know you didn't make up the story.
Well, the funny thing is, you can't really see it because of my head in the camera.
When you weren't sitting down, though, you can see that. You can see there it is.
If I move over, you
see We Are Texans, and then the rub the Weevil hat.
The Weevil hat.
Right by the Brew Crew shirt and the Louisiana State flag.
There you go.
Or is that the Shreveport? That's the Shreveport City flag.
Chad says, "Don't rub the Weevil that's behind you. Please don't." Well,
too late. Look at the smile on that thing's face.
It depends. Well, when you get rubbed right, Rod, you get a smile on your face.
And plus, you're about to play a football game.
Yeah, the Weevil's pretty happy about things. I wonder how UAM's even doing this year. They're in the same.
They're fine.
They're in the same conference as my OBU Tigers. I know they're not as good as the OBU Tigers, Rod. You're ranked 5th in the country right now.
Wow.
And 6-0 on the season.
Have you had the Busy Ditch rivalry yet?
No, that's the Battle of the Ravine.
The Ravine. Yes, sorry.
Yeah. No, that will happen. I believe that's the last game of the year, actually, which it should be.
Oh.
And by the way, Henderson is also having a terrific season, so that's going to be a good one this year. Let's see, Raj, the Arkansas Monticello Boll Weevils, who by the way play in the Cotton Bowl, but it's not spelled BOWL, it's spelled BOLL. Yeah, Willis Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium, Raj. Willis Convoy, that's his nickname. Willis Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium. And, Raj, the mighty Boll Weevils are 4-2, but of course they're 3-0 at home because they rub the Weevil before every game. Convoy?
Breaker 19, this here's a rubber duck. You got a copy
rubber
on
duck.
Me, Big Ben?
Got a convoy rolling out. Come on.
Yeah, 10-4, Big Ben, for sure. By
for sure.
Clear to Flagtown. Come on.
Rogers, the Boll Weevils just pulled off a phenomenal 9-7 win over Southeastern Oklahoma State. The former Savages that are now, I believe, the Savage Storm, I believe is now there because Savages was an Indian nickname, so they changed it.
But a storm that destroys everything, that's okay.
Sure. It's a Savage Storm. Raj, how's this for a 2-game stretch for the old Boll Weevils? At home, where, again, they're 3-0 because they get to rub the Weevil before every game. Against East Central, Raj, 49-46. And then the next week, 9-7. So you figure it out. Interestingly, though, they've been shut out twice. Their 2 losses, they did not score a point. 24-0 and 28-0, both on the road. But, Raj, they did beat the hated Wonder Boys of Arkansas Tech. But, again, it was at home because they got to rub the Weevil, and they won 26-23. Anywho, but I digress. Draco said Andy Garcia plays the husband of drunk Meg Ryan. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming that's from a movie of some kind. Andy Garcia plays the husband of drunk Meg Ryan. Now, if you're thinking of Ocean's 11, then you're thinking of Julia Roberts. And I'm not sure they were married as much as they were dating. Chad said, don't rub the Weevil that's behind you. Please don't. Jeff said, not a lot of rubbing this year with that offense. Yeah, maybe not. 318 said, Kraft had his Boll Weevil rubbed, and Tom lost his touch. I don't know exactly what that means. I get the Kraft reference, obviously, from the spa. But we're talking about a legitimate college football tradition here of rubbing the weevil. All right? We're not, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but we're talking about the weevil. And I forgot we have the hat back here on the wall behind us. So there you go. Anywho, this is the Patrick Netherton Show right here at 1130 The Tiger. That guy over there is Rogers Hampton. I'm Patrick Netherton. We're pleased to have you with us. Raj, is the game still on for today?
As of now,
Okay.
yes. It looks like we're clear.
All right.
I guess you're supposed to be a little cooler up that way.
The bomb cyclone's not going to wipe it
I think
out.
we're okay. You got Grinke going tonight. I think Stroh's Yanks should be able to rub the old weevil tonight before the game.
Let's hope so. 318 said, my dad looks like Andy Garcia, and he told me the other day you were his Lyft driver. Probably could have happened.
Yep.
Although I haven't driven in a month, I think. I'm trying to remember. I'm actually going to drive tomorrow night, Raj. So because I don't have a game tomorrow, and there's a concert over at the Stage. Some country music guy I've never heard of is coming to play at the Stage. So I'll be doing that. Big Papa says you can wear it down if you rub it too much. Well, that hasn't happened yet. Actually, with the weevil, it actually kind of like my grandmother used to have a statue of Buddha out in front of her house, and the thing was you would always rub Buddha's belly for good luck. So the rest of the Buddha was kind of worn down and had weather and all that, but the stomach was pristine because everyone would always rub it. Well, it's the same thing with the boll weevil. The boll weevil has shiny areas on it because the players would it keeps it from rusting or oxidizing or whatever it is. Which, by the way, rusting and oxidizing are the same thing. Anyway, it stops it from. I think the boll weevil's it's kind of like the old Hirsch Coliseum roof, where eventually the copper roof turns into that kind of green color. I think that's what was going down with the boll weevil, but they keep rubbing it, and so they are green. So I think they rub the weevil enough that it stays good and fresh and without any dirt or grime or anything like that. Just a reminder to you kids: rub the weevil so it stays fresh. I love looking at your face when I'm doing this. You're just waiting for HR to show up? Well, it's time. Kachu said Drunk Meg Ryan must be referring to the movie When a Man Loves a Woman. I never saw that. I know the song. When a man loves a woman. It's Michael Bolton, Raj. Well, but I mean, the Michael Bolton is the one that I know growing up. But yes, Percy Sledge did the original one, but Michael Bolton did the version that I know growing up. I was singing neither version, by the way. I was singing some off-key version of somebody else that nobody knows. By the way, this is the Patrick Netherton Show. I don't know what's happened in the first 13 minutes, but hey, as we like to tell you, this show doesn't have rails. It never has, so it can't go off the rails because the rails don't exist. By the way, Raj, I got to tell Fletcher today about the rubbing of the weevil tradition. I was telling him about how I was talking about it on the air, and he was unaware that Monticello had that tradition, which I thought was interesting because he's from Monticello. Now, I know he's not going back there a ton or anything, but I figured he might have kept up. I mean, it's a tradition only started, I think, in 2011, maybe 2012, something like that. He's like, well, we didn't have that tradition when I was back there, back in those days. I was like, no, but it's reasonable. And I showed him the picture of the players, rubbing the weevil. And then I also showed him a picture of Arkansas Monticello football players. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm a child, okay? If you people haven't figured it out, I'm a child. I really am. I can't stop myself. I'm the worst. Hey, there's multiple ways for you to watch and or listen to this show, assuming you still want to. Assuming you still want to watch and or listen. You can watch the show on Facebook, facebook.com/Netherton Show, or you can go to... Go to Facebook and look up The Patrick Netherton Show. You can watch it that way. Or, if you like, you can find us on the app. The app is 1130 The Tiger. Just search for it in your Google Play or your iTunes App Store. It's a good way for you to keep up with the program that way. We appreciate it. Raj continues to shake his head at me disapprovingly. And don't forget, we're giving away a pair of tickets to every LSU home game, which I would assume people would like. The next home game, obviously, Auburn in a couple of weeks. All you have to do is make sure you have the app downloaded, make sure you have the notifications turned on. If you have that, then they will notify you when, hey, it's time to go ahead and enter. And I believe you just have to give them your phone number and your name, and then they'll get in contact with you if you win the pair of tickets to the next LSU home game. And again, they're doing that for every home game. That's courtesy of Office Furniture Source. You can also find us on Twitter. By the way, if you go to the Twitter page, either mine at PT Netherton or the show page at Netherton Show, you can see Rogers Hampton opera singing. We'll tell that story in just a bit of why that happened. But Hambone dropping a Figaro on us, which was beautiful. Did you retweet it, by the way, Hambone, or no? Not yet. Not yet. Okay. Are you going to retweet it? Probably not. No, you don't know what you want. You're good enough.
My name's attached to it. If you want to see it, you'll find it.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't need to do myself any more damage than that.
Oh well, hey,
this afternoon's going to be all Astro retweets.
Hey,
and Mike the Tiger's finally out in his yard, so everybody can see.
You're doing better than me at this point, man. I'm getting the big boss lady coming after me and asking me what the heck rubbing the weevil's all about. By the way, I think I might just take her that hat and just say, here you go. Now you have a weevil that you can rub.
That hat would look good on her. She looks like she could wear a hat.
She could wear a hat.
Some ladies can really wear a ball cap. I bet you Amy could.
And then she could rub the weevil for good luck. It'd be right there on top of her head, Raj. Literally is on top of her head. The hat is sitting there on top of her head. And it's got a weevil on it. It actually is a really nice hat. I'd like a hat like that. Although I don't wear hats. But to me, that's the kind of hat I would enjoy. Something that's a little weird.
Well, you know what? I'm going to go all Saturday Night Live Eddie Murphy on you. Go ahead. Take it.
Yeah.
Take it. No one's around. Take it.
I'm gonna leave the hat. Because, again, I don't really wear hats. The only time I wear a hat is if I'm out in the sun.
Yeah, I'll say golfing maybe.
Golfing, I'll wear a hat. Or if I know, like, a football practice or something.
Do you ever during a broadcast?
No, I've never worn a hat during a broadcast. The only time I have, actually, because the times that I'm outside, and there are a few times, especially baseball, when you know you're going to be outside, so you put the hat on because sometimes you'll be in the sun. Raj, one time I got a sunburn during a broadcast inside because we were doing a baseball broadcast at 9 a.m., which Northwestern seems to always play the 9 a.m. game in the Southland Conference tournament. I don't know why. And because the stadium is not set up for a 9 a.m. game, they're set up to play noon and after. And so the sun was literally just beaming into the windows of the press box, so we couldn't see anything. I was having to, shield my eyes the whole time to see. I had sunglasses on. I literally got a sunburn on my forehead sitting inside. Well, then I learned my lesson so that we had the 9 a.m. game the next day, because if you lose the 9 a.m. game day one, you play again at 9 a.m. day two. So we lost the first game at 9 a.m., so we came back. Well, I knew better that time, so I wore a hat for that broadcast. Literally wore a hat indoors for a broadcast because of the sun, which is a little like when the Southland Conference tournament used to be at Centenary in Shreveport, and one of the women's tournament games got postponed or got delayed because of rain. A basketball tournament game got postponed because of rain, because it dripped through the ceiling of the Gold Dome. Literally, they had a rain delay for a basketball game. That's when you know things are going rough. Rain delay for a basketball game. A rain delay for a basketball game is a little bit like the Patrick Netherton Show. It's just a little bit odd. And no one really knows why it's there. And what's happening. And what's going on. And why are we paying attention to this? Oh, man. All right, you can also listen to us on the radio. Obviously, that's an easy way to do it, 1130 The Tiger. Call us at 318-320-1130, 318-320-1130. You can text us at 318-6570-HAM, 318-657-0426. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, and in the name of the Lollipop Guild, we wish to welcome you to Munchkin Land.
Hey, boy! Hey, boy.
And Rogers, before I talk to you, 318 just texted and said, my daughter is in the car. How about that Lollipop Guild?
All right, there you go, girl. There you go.
Always ready for the Lollipop Guild.
You got that right, man.
Anytime.
Anytime.
That's right. Usually 20 minutes after the first of the hour.
That gives them time to get to the car.
Yeah.
They're on the road. There we go.
Exactly. How you been, Hambone?
I'm okay.
You ready for tonight?
It says I'm as ready as I could be.
Who's Grinky again?
Yeah,
tonight?
it's Grinky. Grinky on full rest.
Who's throwing for the Yankees?
The Tanaka Blast. Yeah, and he's got like his last seven postseason starts, 2 earned runs or less. So Grinky needs to be on his game and keep this a low-scoring 3-2, 2-1, something like that. But this is the game. This is the reason the Astros traded for Zach Greinke.
Yeah.
Tonight, this is it.
Yeah.
This is all they need from you. You don't re-sign, that's fine. You move on. They traded for you for this exact moment.
They said, hey,
now go get you some.
You go win in Yankee Stadium and give us a 3-1 lead.
And then we're going to need one victory with Verlander and Cole going next.
And that's, to me, the interesting aspect of things. Because of the extra day, the Yankees get their bullpen back
in order.
They get their bullpen set back up. And so that's a victory for the Yankees. But at the same time, you also have the opportunity, if you can find a way to get this one tonight, then you have Verlander and Cole on at least one day closer to full rest.
Yes.
I don't think they'll be on full rest, but they'll be on one day closer.
For Verlander, I think it does. That day off yesterday, I think, helped
when
him.
When did he pitch?
Sunday?
Saturday? Sunday?
They won Sunday, yes.
Sunday.
So 5 days, 4 days rest.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
That's plenty for him.
And then he'll pitch again on. No, he pitched on Friday.
And
right?
then
so it'd be on the 5th day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it'd be.
And
it'd
it's
be
a
the
night
5th day of
game,
rest.
so you got the whole day as well.
It'd be basically full rest
as an
for him.
Astros fan, believe me, that Game 4 yesterday was going to be Uridi or Peacock or Hinch was going to have to kind of do the Yankee thing or that bullpen rotation that like the Rays do. But luckily, this works out to where now their 3 starters are back in rotation. He's got his bullpen where he wants, and so do the Yankees. So you know what? Let's bring it. Mano a mano, let's bring it. We can get Jordan out of this hitting slump.
Yeah, I feel
that's the one guy I think if he can break out, I think the rest of the team will rally around that.
I feel like the Astros offensively are in a better place than the Yankees right now. I feel like confidence-wise. Because,
and it also looks like they're willing to do more than just hit home runs.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And when it comes to postseason, home runs are not the way you go. Yeah, they're great, and you're going to hit them, but you can't sit back and wait on them anymore. This is, especially when you're facing a guy like Cole or a guy like Verlander. If you're facing Uzbekistan or whatever his name is, Uzbeke, Donald Igwe-Bike. Remember that guy? What was he, like a punter or a kicker? I think he was a kicker. Donald Igwe-Bike.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
I'm going to look that guy up real quick, Raj. I believe he was a kicker. Donald Igwe-Bike, Raj. It's like the 4th thing that came up when I put Donald I. Norwegian-born former American kicker. Played for the Buccaneers. Donald Igwe-Bike. Played at Clemson, 5'10".
A Norwegian-born former American kicker. So,
former American football kicker.
Okay. I thought I was like,
no.
So did he become an American citizen and went back to Norway?
He was a former American football kicker.
There we go.
As opposed to a soccer kicker. All right. So there you go. Here's your Donald Igwe-Bike. Played for the Bucs from 85 to 89. And is the 4th place all-time scorer for the Bucs, and only played there 4 years. That tells you all you need to know about the Buccaneers. So this is going to be an interesting matchup tonight, and if the Astros find a way to squeak by and get that win, then lo and behold, now you're looking at, okay, we need one win from either Verlander or Cole, and more than likely you're going to get it. And I like Verlander pitching at Yankee Stadium. That doesn't hurt my feelings. And then you got Cole back at home. And then obviously if it goes to a Game 7, then it's all hands on deck, and you throw out everybody that you have to at that point. So that will be really interesting. It's a fascinating series to watch. A lot more fun to watch than the Nationals and the Cardinals, who just got it handed to them. And now the Nationals are going to be on like 3 weeks rest by the time the World Series actually comes around. And all of a sudden, this feels like an NBA playoff series. Oh, we got 7 days between games? Okay, cool. We'll just hang out. That sounds like fun. By the way, Raj, I did something that you would not be a fan of today. I went and got my flu shot. Everyone, go get your flu shots. I know Roger's is anti-flu shot. I'm just telling you. I haven't had the flu since I started getting flu shots.
I haven't either, and have never got one. So it works both ways.
Last time I didn't get a flu shot, I actually did get the flu. Interestingly enough, I missed 1 year, and I got the flu that year, and I was like, "Well, never again." And so I went and got it today. The only bad thing about the flu shot is really to me
the needle.
No, needles don't bother me.
The injection.
No.
The pain.
No.
The blood.
No, there's no
the
blood.
alcohol swab.
There's no blood.
If you're a bleeder.
Oh, I mean, it's a tiny
We got
needle.
a bleeder.
Bleeder! It's beans and Franks and beans. It's not a... No, honestly, the worst part is like day 2... when you start getting the sniffles and the sore throat and the bones start aching. Rogers, there's no flu virus in an
anal seepage
flu.
starts happening too.
Wait a second.
That's a side effect of the flu shot.
What kind of flu have you been getting?
That's why I don't get them.
No, the only drawback of the thing is your arm's sore, like you worked out, like it's like a muscle soreness after.
So now
the fact.
You can skip working out. You can skip a day because you feel like, hey, I've worked out.
Well, I worked out today, actually. I went and got an upper body workout.
Wow.
Then I got a flu shot. So my left arm is going to be super tired. Like rubbing the weevil is going to be so hard because my left arm is so tired. But I got it in the shoulder. I also asked the lady, Raj, probably in an inappropriate moment for me.
No.
Like when I go into the doctor's.
You would not do that.
Like when I go, you know what my go-to line is for nurses, Raj?
I'm afraid to ask.
Well, you didn't. Don't worry. You don't even have to ask. I'm going to tell you anyway. I go into the nurse's office, and when they're getting ready to take my temperature, they're doing all the blood pressure and they're checking your temperature and all that, and I go, you know what the difference between an oral and a rectal thermometer is? The taste. It's my go-to line, Raj. Never fails. I always get a laugh or a groan. I'll get a reaction out of that every single time. Every single time, my friend, I get a reaction, which is really what I'm looking for. But no, I asked the lady, because I get my flu shot done at the pharmacy, right? I'm a Walgreens person. I used to be Rite Aid, but the Walgreens took them over. Anyway, I go in, I get my flu shot at the pharmacy just because it's easy. I can pick up my other meds while I'm there or whatever. And the lady walks in, and she's like, sit down and pick whichever arm you want. Because, you can go right arm, left arm. Again, it's not like drawing blood where it's like a bigger needle they put in your arm. It's like they just stick it in your shoulder and it's easy. It's really fast and easy. It's simple. But I asked her, I said, do you ever get people who just come in here and start taking their pants off like they think you're supposed to shoot them in the butt like you do with a regular shot? And she goes, no, that's why we make sure to tell them immediately which arm do you want it in. I was like, that's smart. That's smart. It makes sense.
What if they ask for the butt?
Well, I don't think you're allowed. I don't know that, but I don't think so. But yeah, and the funny thing is the flu shot has gotten to a point now where it's not like you see with other medications where they like stick the syringe into a vial of liquid and like pull out the liquid and then stick you with it. It's just its own little thing. It's a tiny little deal. It's like a little bitty, like a little push thing and a little needle, and they just go boop right in your arm. They push it and boom, you're done. It takes literally 30 seconds at most. Somebody needs to get his mind out of the gutter over there. Hambone, I've lost Hambone today.
How do you know so much about my love life?
I'm just saying.
Damn, I didn't know they were timing me.
Yeah, well, hey. Oh, wait, I've got a joke for that, but I don't think I'm going to tell it.
We're getting right there.
I don't think I'm going to tell it.
Oh, look what time it is.
Oh, look, it's time to go to a first break. Hey, coming up on the show today, we got Dennis Dodd of CBS, national college football writer, is going to join us at the top of the hour, or excuse me, at the bottom of the next hour at 4:30. Rogers and I will start breaking down some of the games that are coming up this weekend if Rogers can stop crying. And that's from Laughter, by the way. Oh. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, you could have played Percy Sledge. That's okay. That's fine. Yeah, Michael Bolton will take us into the break. It's Patrick Netherton Show. Call us at 320-1130. Text us at 657-0HAM. 657-0426.
Whether it's food, whether it's furniture, you name it, if you're shopping for it, you're more than likely wanting it quick, fast, and easy. Well, in the car business, Bubba, you guys have adapted to the times, haven't you?
You know, Fletch, we understand that people don't have time. You don't have time to come around and kick tires and do all the stuff we used to do. So at Chevyland, look, if you want to do the whole deal by telephone, we'll do it by telephone. If you want to work through text message and pictures of your car and stuff, we can do that. I can give you payments, I can give you trade-in, do everything before you get to the dealership, and I can even bring it to your house if you need to.
The future is here with Chevyland.
In Louisiana, there are thousands of miles of utility lines and gas pipelines buried just beneath the surface, sometimes multiple lines in one area. So if you or a contractor you hire is digging a hole to put in a new fence or a pool or for any other reason, you run the risk of hitting underground lines even by digging just a few inches. And then what happens? Maybe you knock out power to your neighborhood, and sometimes it's even worse. Sometimes there's an explosion with injuries or possibly even death. It does happen every year, and there's a simple way to avoid it. Before you dig, call 811. That's right, just call 811 2 days before you dig and tell the operator your address. Someone will come out and mark the locations of the buried lines so you and your contractor can avoid them. It's simple, right? And it's free of charge. And it's the law. Louisiana One Call operates 811 as a public service, and to promote public safety, Louisiana One Call and 1130 The Tiger reminds you, call 811 and know what's below before you dig.
Tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with the new fall arrivals from Mizuno. Discover layers of feel with the new MP20 range. The MP20 is the ultimate muscle back. The MP20 MMC uses multi-material construction for legendary feel and performance. And the MP20 HMB is a playable set of hollow, tungsten-enhanced irons for many skill levels. Let us help you get custom fit for free today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day, 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Astra, what do you see in your crystal ball?
I see it all.
Ooh.
Dark.
Yes?
Pair of boots at JCPenney's mystery sale. Ooh, they look good on you.
Now through Sunday, reveal your best deal at the mystery sale at JCPenney. Come in early for your chance to claim a Peel and Reveal coupon for an extra 30, 40, or even 50% off select items across the store. Hurry, coupons are limited. JCPenney. Offers valid 10/17 to 10/20. Giveaway in store only while supplies last. Must be 18 or older. Exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
It's iPhone season at Sprint, Polly.
Wow, that's exciting. Switch to Sprint and get
the new iPhone 11 or iPhone 11 Pro with amazing all-new camera systems. And now you can get iPhone 11
for $0 per month when you trade in your iPhone 7 or newer in any condition.
Seriously, any condition.
And with Sprint's 100% total satisfaction guarantee, you can try out the network and see the savings for yourself.
Happy iPhone season! Don't you just love that?
What's not to love?
I just love it!
Celebrate iPhone season at Sprint. Switch to Sprint and get the new iPhone 11 for $0 per month when you trade in your iPhone 7 or newer in any condition. Get yours right now at your local Sprint store, sprint.com, or call 800-SPRINT-1.
iPhone 11 64GB $0 a month and iPhone 11 Pro 64GB $12.50 a month, both after $29.17 a month credit for 18 months with Sprint Flex lease applied within 2 bills. Requires new line of service or cancel early. Remaining balance. New coverage and offer not available everywhere. 30-day guarantee. Select exclusions apply. 30 activation fee. Taxes and restrictions apply.
When you fire up a John Deere 1 Series tractor, you can tackle the job without wrestling the attachments. Hook up everything from a front loader to a drive-over mower deck in no time. So you can haul gravel, cut grass, or do any job in between. Because when things just click, work just gets done. And now get a 1 Series for just $99 a month at your nearest participating John Deere dealer. Nothing runs like a Deere. Run with us. Search John Deere 1 Series for more. 0% annual percentage rate. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
Want to hear something amazing? Discover matches all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year automatically, dollar for dollar, with no limit on how much you can earn. Amazing. It's kind of like being showered with cash from above, which would also be pretty amazing. It's so amazing that millions of people a year are getting their cash back matched. They just can't get enough. So whether it's raining down on your head or raining into your bank account, it's your cash back, and Discover is matching it. Discover Cashback Match. What are you waiting for? Learn more at discover.com/match.
Moscow Ballet's Great Russian Nutcracker dazzles this Christmas. Bring the whole family together for the original holiday tradition. Step into a simpler time filled with sweet dreams and spectacular magic. Save up to 20% on tickets with promo code GLOW at nutcracker.com.
It's back and better than ever. The Moscow Ballet's Nutcracker, coming to the Strand Theater November 10th. Get your tickets today at nutcracker.com.
Where Shreveport and Bossier come for LSU Sports. 11:30, The Tiger.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton. Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton.
Welcome you back to the Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30, The Tiger. Yeah, it's a great song. Tears for Fears? Okay. Oh, I mean, that is in my wheelhouse. You know, Tears for Fears, you're remembering better. Like I'm an Alzheimer's patient. like I'm an Alzheimer's patient. You remembered Tree. Good job, buddy. Hey. I'm Tom, 51st Dates. Hi, I'm Tom. Yeah. Good job, buddy. You know, Raj, kind of on a serious note, my mom had a stroke several years ago. No, this is no. Well, no. It was a mild one. It wasn't like she didn't. The only thing that was affected was her memory, and so when we would go in and she would do she had to go to rehab basically, and you go to rehabilitation, and so they would show her flashcards of things. And she would remember everything but stuff that wasn't that was unusual, right? Like she'd remember a tree, a car, a house, that kind of thing. But then they flashed up like lattice, like on the outside of a house, like lattice work or whatever. And she'd be like, and I realized like, yeah, I know exactly. I'm like, who remembers what a lattice is? Like,
damn, and I've had a mild stroke.
Right.
I was like, lettuce?
Yeah, lettuce. I love lettuce.
I love lettuce.
Yeah. Like you love lettuce. Get out of here. You know you don't like lettuce.
Every now and then at the pizza buffet, I might have one little bowl of lettuce.
Little thing of lettuce.
Yeah.
Pizza buffet. I always tell everyone, if you go to any buffet that's not like a salad bar and you have the salad bar, like Raj, the Brazilian steakhouses down, we always go when we're down in Houston, Fogo de Chao, Chamagasha, any of those Brazilian type. Well, you know what a Brazilian steakhouse is, right? Where they just bring you meat. Have you been to one? Have you? I know you're chuckling because your mind's in the gutter the entire day.
We're on that road,
right. Man. We're not on the road. That's the problem. We're off the road in the gutter. But have you ever been to a Brazilian steakhouse?
No.
So basically, you sit down. It's an all you can eat. It's just an all you can eat meat fest, Raj. You're welcome. I love you just snorting. And basically what it is you have a card or a placard or something on your table. And when it's green, they come over and serve you whatever they've got. It can be, lamb chops, pork, steak, chicken, whatever they've got. They'll bring it over and it's on a skewer. It's like on a big skewer. And so they'll walk over, and as long as your little placard is on green, they're going to stop at your table. I got filet. Would you like some filet? I've got some ribeye. Would you like some ribeye? I've got chicken wings. Would you like chicken wings? I got Parmesan encrusted pork. Would you like that? And then you go along. You look like you're literally crying over there, Rogers. You okay? Poor Rogers is gone today. Luckily, I'm holding it together. So, but they come over and they literally serve you with these skewers of whatever their meat is, and you go and so it's like you want a You want some filet? Absolutely. So they'll literally slice you off some right there on the skewer. You have a little tong, and you pull it out and you put it on your plate. All right, and then you eat it. And you have, like, at one point, Raj, on my plate, I'll have a filet, some ribeye, some tenderloin, some chicken, some pork, some shrimp. I have all this stuff all on the plate at the same time, and you just keep eating until you're full.
Or die.
I mean, but they have a salad bar.
Oh, I bet that comes in handy at one of those places.
So I'm like, so the first time I took...
let me get a Diet Coke, too.
Right, well, I always get a Diet Coke. So, Raj, and you know what I always tell people when the waitress, like, especially if it's someone who didn't take the drink order, and they come over with, like, a Coke and a Diet Coke, and I'm always like...
You're like, hey, you know what the difference between an oral thermometer and anal
a rectal thermometer, Raj. Rectal
oral and anal.
Oral and rectal, Raj. Let's anal. Well, but it sounds a little grosser the way
it's doing the same motion.
I'm just saying it's a little more crude when you say
that joke doesn't quite work at a meat packing place.
I guess not. Boy, Rogers is gone today. Hambone is out.
This is all your fault, man.
I'm not taking any fault for this. But anyway, so yeah, when they come over and they bring a Coke or a Diet Coke, I'll always be like, they're like, who had the Diet Coke? I'll be like, the guy that looks most like he wouldn't order a Diet Coke.
Here you go, sir.
Yeah, that's me. But anyway, so I took a couple of buddies, Jason Pugh, that's the head SID at NSU now, and his assistant Matt Vines. We went to Chamagasha in Houston, and I told them when we walked in, I said, don't go to the salad bar. Just don't do it. It's a trap. Like, they're just trying to get you to eat the cheap stuff, because when they start bringing around the filet and the ribeye and all that, they don't want you to eat as much of that. I was like, don't do the salad bar. Well, sure enough, Matt Vines got up and went and did the salad bar. He came back and he realized at the end, he goes, you were right. I said, well, maybe you'll listen to me next time. I'm absolutely right. He's like, the salad bar was a trap. I just filled up on this garbage salad, which I'm sure it was fine. But he's like, I just filled up on this salad when I should have been waiting on all of the meats to come around. And sure enough, they did. Anyway, we need to get some texts. It's the Patrick Netherton Show. I'm sure this show might be even farther off the rails than any other show has been, and that's saying something.
Yeah, I might delete this recording.
Oh, yeah?
And with each passing second I see him recording, I'm like, you know what? Top of this hour here, I may have to accidentally hit the old delete button on this first hour.
Well, it's not like that goes anywhere, so, you know.
But it's still there.
I mean, this is, I mean, if there was a portion of the show that will tell you as much about the Patrick Netherton Show as you want to know, this is it.
It's the first hour.
Text line is 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. You can call us at 318-320-1130, 318-320-1130. Let's get some texts. Chad says, you're killing me, and Fletch knows he knows about rubbing the weevil. Lies. He claimed to not know about rubbing the weevil. To tell you, Chad, he told me he didn't know anything about it. Draco said, you don't wear a cap. You can get a cap with a capital A on it at Fanatics or at the Boardwalk. Yeah, I definitely don't need a cap with a capital A on it. I would have no reason to. Absolutely none. 318 said, thank you for the Lollipop Guild for the daughter. Absolutely. 318 said, keep in mind there are a lot of Yankee fans around here. Count your flags. I don't know what counting your flags means. Is that about championships?
That's a cocky way of saying they have a bunch of championships.
Yeah,
but it's kind of like Dallas. It's been quite a while, and people faded in most people's mind. And that's when you throw at somebody when you know you're about to lose to another team, you throw out the championship thing, which is kind of old and tired.
I would say, the Astros had one in 2017.
Their one flag is like the Saints' one world championship.
Yeah.
It equals 10 to anybody else.
Absolutely.
And all these great franchises who have the most money and the highest budget, you can play the most players, and you still end up losing. So, yeah, Astros, Saints, their championship, their one equals as many as any other organizations, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Jeff said the last time I went to a Brazilian steakhouse, I got the meat sweats. Well, yeah, you would. Rogers definitely would. I want to take Rogers to a Brazilian steakhouse one time. T-Gage says, oh, my Lord, y'all are killing me. I need a defibrillator. I understand. Poor Rogers, I think, is going to die. Kachu said, my son says the bisque is better than the steaks or a close second. I'm going to need your son to turn in his man card. Jamie G said, texter on texter crime at Double J. Ask him the time he streaked through the Grove. Well, Double J responded, not to that, though. He said, it's because of this show I now have to wear earbuds at work. Oh, and I'm the only employee in the building. Well, answer for your crime about streaking through the Grove, Double J. That's what Jamie G wants to know. I didn't realize we had texters just asking each other questions now. But speaking of folks who you don't claim, we weren't. But my man Grish is joining us. Grish, how's the leg, man? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm back in the race, man. What are you talking about?
You're back. Do you know now not to go out of the house at night without wearing boots of some kind? I mean, you learned the lesson?
When you get my age, don't go out of the house at all at night.
Yeah. Look, learn from Rogers. Rogers has not stepped foot out of his house at night since 1984.
That's what I heard. Yeah. I was looking for the boy the other night at the game, but he didn't show. No. I'm telling you, that place you're talking about eating.
Yeah, the Brazilian steakhouse.
It had to open after your grandpa and uncle had passed away, because if you'd have taken them, they wouldn't be in business now.
Yeah. No, I try. My goal every time I go in there is to try to drive them out of business. And then you go back and you look in the kitchen, Grish, and this is the amazing thing. The kitchen's open. You can see it. And it's basically, if you can imagine, like 15, let's say 10 across and about 4 deep of skewers all going at the same time. They're on spigots. They're turning, and they've got fire all underneath them. But it's literally about 40 of these things going at a time, rotating, cooking all of this meat. So I think I could try real hard, but I'm not sure I could run them out of business, Grish. I've tried.
But your grandpa and uncle probably could have put a lean on pretty good.
Now, get the 3 of us in there, and we might have done some real damage.
Hey, before I go, next time I go to Houston, I want to get that address. It sounds pretty good.
Oh, Fogo de Chao or Chamagasha. Those are the 2 that I like the most. Fogo de Chao is the most recognizable name. It's the biggest name of the Brazilian steakhouses, but the Chamagasha is really good. Look, you got my number. You just holler at me when you go down to Houston. I will hook you up, my friend.
And I think the pitching in Houston is a no doubt, but sometimes their bats just go south.
Yeah. That's why I liked what they did in the fact that they played a little bit more small ball at the end of the last game.
Yeah.
They hit and run, and they scored on a wild pitch, and they scored on a sac fly. Like, that's the kind of things you have to do in the playoffs, Grish, that you don't necessarily have to do in the regular season in order to win games. And it's big.
With the pitching they got, it just won't hurt them to bunt somebody over every now and then.
Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice if they rolled out a Washington Nationals like 11-run first inning or whatever. That'd be good.
Yeah, I tell you what, Washington's pretty bad now. Yeah. They think they can play.
Those 3 starters they've got are the real deal.
You talking about if Houston and Washington get into it, 1 run may win 2 games.
It might be 1-0 for two or maybe even 3 games if Greinke pitches well. So yeah, it's
all right. Y'all stay off of the restaurants and give me some sports.
All right, I'll do my best. Can't promise anything. Dennis Dodd will join the show at 4:30 from CBS, so we'll talk a lot about sports at that point. And Raj and I are going to we'll talk a little bit about some of the stuff that's going down. You got a couple of games tonight. An intriguing one, Kansas City at Denver tonight, which is really fascinating. Kansas City they look a little vulnerable. Denver's looked a little bit better the last couple of weeks. Kansas City's looked vulnerable. This is a
few weeks ago, no-brainer. Denver hadn't won. Chiefs hadn't lost.
By the way, Denver
I'll tell you what, I think Mahomes is a little more dinged up than they're letting on.
Ankle, and I heard someone,
the ankle.
I heard someone mention, and I think that this is really accurate. The reason that Mahomes is as good as he is not because of his ability to run. It's because of his ability to keep plays alive with his feet. It's not that he's necessarily going to go run for 20. He can, but he's not like. What he is so naturally gifted at is he gets in the pocket. The rush gets to him. He scrambles, he moves, and then when he's on the run, he's throwing 40-yard darts to people. That's his game. And I think when he's a little bit hobbled, the ankle's a little bit messed up, he got stepped on by his own offensive lineman, that has made him a little bit more mortal. And he's actually having to fight through some things that he's never had to deal with before. And that is, an injury, the sort of invincibility cloak that's been around this team is fading away a little bit. To me, they're a lot like the Rams. I think Kansas City and the Rams are very similar. They both have good young quarterbacks. They both have very good offensive-minded head coaches that call their own plays, and they're both struggling right now. Now, the Rams went and mortgaged the future to go get Jalen Ramsey. The talk was that Ramsey might have ended up as a Saint. There was some talk about that. And, Lattimore and Ramsey on either side. But, the Saints' defense is really good right now. Like, what are you going to mess with it for? Now, there is talk that they may go get A.J. Green, the receiver for the Bengals. And if that happens, you put Green opposite Michael Thomas with Jared Cook, who Teddy Bridgewater is really starting to find a groove with, and Kamara coming out of the backfield when he gets back to health. That's going to be and Drew comes back. Brother, that's going to be an offense now. That's going to be an offense to deal with. So that's all going to be very interesting. The trade deadline is coming up, I think, in a week or so, something like that. So it's going to be very interesting, to say the least. Thomas says on the text line at 318-657-0426, 6570-HAM, he said, Thomas said, love the show, guys, and as a Red Sox fan, I just want to say, please, for Patrick's love of barbecue, let the Astros beat the Yankees. I mean, I don't know what my love of barbecue has to do with anything. I mean, I hope here's the thing: if the Yankees beat the Astros and then somehow my love of barbecue disappears, I'm gonna go kill every Yankee there is. They're all gonna get murdered. Can't have that. It's like that tick, Raj. That tick that makes you allergic to red meat. Yeah. Like I told Raj, if that and luckily that tick isn't in the South. It's like all up in the Eastern Seaboard and stuff. I was like, if that tick bites me and then I'm allergic to whatever the enzyme is in red meat, like y'all just take me out to the woods, feed me a big filet and a big ribeye and a couple of hamburgers, and then when my throat starts to close, just put me out of my misery. So I don't want to suffocate, right? I don't want to do that, but y'all just go ahead and take me out. I'll write a note. I'll write a letter. I asked for this. That's why you're going to find the contents of my stomach as a 24-ounce tomahawk ribeye, 2 12-ounce fillets, and 2 double quarter pounders, and a McRib. The problem is, Raj, that with the exception of brisket, all the pork is not red meat. So but that's the problem. Like, I can't eat a beef rib. I can't eat brisket. Like, if I can't eat brisket, y'all just end me. I mean, there's just, at that point, there's like a Cupcake texted in the other day. I was talking about how I'm trying to lose weight. I went and worked out this morning. I worked out yesterday. I'm going to do it again tomorrow. And he's like, oh, you got to cut down on the barbecue. I'm like, yeah, well, F you, Cupcake. Why don't you cut down on living? That's right. Why don't you cut down on life? Jeff said most young QBs struggle at some point, even the great ones. Absolutely. Yeah, and these are, yeah, and you're injured. I mean, Goff threw for what, like 75 yards last week against San Francisco? I mean, that's not good. There's a real regression going on in the Rams. And I wonder, after what the Patriots did to the Rams in the Super Bowl, I wonder if either A, that was a bit of a, hey, here's the blueprint to beat the Rams, or B, if the Rams might have lost some confidence, because they were running on a lot of Sean McVay swagger for a long time. And I wonder if maybe some of that confidence got eroded when they scored, 3 in the Super Bowl? I wonder if some of that confidence got eroded because of that, and they don't have that swagger they had last year. Because they've still got Todd Gurley, who, by the way, didn't play most of last year. They got him back. They got Goff. They got Cooks. They got Cooper Kupp back. So they've got their weapons. But for whatever reason, that offense just is not the same. Jeff said Todd Gurley is not the same. Something's wrong with him. It's certainly something was down the stretch, and he hadn't been his best this year. I think did they say he had some sort of an arthritic condition in the offseason? Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, you just paid him big bucks, and that again is why it's really difficult for running backs to get paid. You paid Todd Gurley all this money, and next thing you know, he's got arthritic knees. He's walking around like Hambone after he sat in the studio for 30 minutes. He gets up, and he's like, oh, everything hurts. I'm just saying that's why running backs struggle to get paid big money. And that's why, Ezekiel Elliott got paid. But did he deserve to? Are you seeing now, Ezekiel Elliott's healthy. They're running the ball a ton. They've run it on just about every first down there is. And Ezekiel Elliott, he have 100 yards last week, but he basically didn't do anything for you. Draco says the Pats sure messed the Falcons up. They ain't been the same since they were up 28-3. Yeah. Bill Belichick's out here just assassinating offenses in the Super Bowl. He's just using the Super Bowl to do it. He's just taking out. Now I'm scared of the Saints to play the Patriots in the Super Bowl. It's like, is he gonna ruin Sean Payton and Drew Brees? Always scary to face Belichick. And that's why I will continue to say, and Rodgers, I've said it from day one on here, Tom Brady is great. He is what he is because of Bill Belichick, because of what Belichick does defensively. And I guarantee you, if Aaron Rodgers was with Belichick, if Drew Brees was with Belichick, if who else? Roethlisberger, if I'd even go so far as to say the Mac Daddy, Phillip Rivers. I would say any of those quarterbacks would have at least 5 rings with the Patriots right now. Because the secret to the Patriots is not Tom Brady. He's great, don't get me wrong. The secret to the Patriots is Bill Belichick. Because you know what never changes? Brady has all the receivers he has all these different receivers nobody's heard of. He has all these different running backs no one's ever heard of. He's got coordinators all over the place. Their offense keeps getting it done. Yeah, Brady's great. But you know what never changes in New England? The defense. That's what never changes in New England. 318 said, sports show. Yeah, that's what we are all of a sudden. We did talk a whole lot of stuff earlier about non-sports. Draco said if he had Brees or Rodgers, Bill may not have lost one. Now, I'm not going to go that far. But I will say that I believe that Rodgers or Brees or even Phillip Rivers or Roethlisberger, they would have had at least 4 or 5, if not the full 6 championships that Tom Brady has. Again, I'm not discounting Brady's greatness. He has been very good. He's game-winning drives, all of that, all the stuff you want to know. But the secret is it's Bill Belichick. And I don't know that Belichick even gets enough praise for because he's not an attention seeker. 318 said sports show and then wrote ignore that. I don't know why. Wait, now I'm confused. I don't know. Were you trying to tell someone else that I'm a sports show? I don't know. I'm very confused as to why I was told to ignore that. It was too late, though. I already said it. Jeff said Pat's had some years that were lean on defense, and Tom Brady carried them numerous times. Let's settle down with numerous times. When's the last time Bill Belichick had a lean defense? And Big Papa says, I think Bill Belichick has his own weevil. He must have. He's got the magic weevil. You look at his girlfriend. I don't know if they're married or what, but she's impressive. All right, let's take a break. Rodgers has demanded I take a break. He's over there stomping his feet at me. It's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger. Oh, yeah. Air Supply. Can't go wrong, baby. Greatest group of all time or greatest group of all time? Not really, but they're awesome. We'll be back.
1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
Have you ever wanted to design your own custom workshop, equipment shed, barn, or living space? Well, now you can with Mueller's online 3D custom building design tool. You can dream big and then watch it become a reality. The possibilities are endless with our virtual metal building online configurator. First, choose your building size and color combination. Then start placing your doors and windows, overhangs, ridge vents, and more. You can even step inside your virtual building to view the structural components. Once your Mueller building is designed, simply save your project and click Get a Quote. Mueller's skilled engineers will then produce a free quote to your exact specifications and engineering requirements. It's that easy. Just go to MuellerInc.com and click on 3D Design Tool to start your building project today. Get a steel building you can trust from a company you can trust, a Mueller Steel building. Visit us at MuellerInc.com or call 877-2-MUELLER to speak with a skilled sales representative today.
The great thing about facts, they're proven. Like the fact that crude oil contains impurities, or that base oil made from natural gas is 99.5% free of impurities. And the fact that Pennzoil is the first synthetic motor oil made from natural gas, not crude oil. It gives you unbeatable engine protection. The proof is in the Pennzoil. Based on Sequence 4A wear test using SAE 5W30. Get a $100 travel reward credit with a full synthetic oil change through October 31st, 2019. Terms apply. Visit pennzoil.com/travel on.
Astra, what do you see in your crystal ball?
I see a tall, dark, pair of boots at JCPenney's mystery sale. Ooh, they look good on you.
Now through Sunday, reveal your best deal at the mystery sale at JCPenney. Come in early for your chance to claim a Peel and Reveal coupon for an extra 30, 40, or even 50% off select items across the store. Hurry, coupons are limited. JCPenney. Offers valid 10/17 to 10/20. Giveaway in store only while supplies last. Must be 18 or older. Exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details. Need cash but have bad credit or maxed out cards? Now you can get a personal loan for up to $5,000, whatever your credit, with no paperwork. 79cash.com is one of the nation's largest personal loan networks. If you have a checking account and a regular income source, you can get cash in your account as soon as tomorrow. Type this into your smartphone or computer address bar. www.79cash.com. That's 79cash.com. 79cash.com.
Howdy, folks. Colonel Sanders here. My new Kentucky Fried Wings will teach your mouth to fly. They're cooked to order and come with buffalo, honey barbecue, or Nashville hot sauce, and are guaranteed to send your taste buds soaring into the heavens of flavor. So flutter on down to a KFC and get my new Kentucky Fried Wings, or visit KFC.com to let Grubhub do the delivering for free. They're finger-licking good. Participating locations only. Prices may vary. Free delivery exclusively by Grubhub for a limited time. Additional fees apply. Terms apply at participating KFCs on Grubhub.
Nature Valley brings that satisfying crunch that gets your family going again with real delicious honey and whole grain oats. So get out here. Nature Valley Oats and Honey Crunchy Bars. The original crunch.
This is Jimmy Garage. One thing I've learned in my 40 years in the car business is that everybody wants a car, but everybody needs a truck. That's why we always have a great selection of pickups with prices and payments to fit every budget. Right now we're selling two-wheel drive pickups for $299 down and $299 a month. Just think, you'll never have to borrow a truck again. Pick out your new pickup today at Jimmy Garage Used Cars, Tree City in Shreveport, or Jimmy Garage Ford on the bypass in Natchitoches.
16 Chevy Silverado, sale price $18.5, 5% APR for 72 months with approved credit.
Your wife is hot. Like, really, really hot. Like, I think she may pass out.
Mike, the AC is out. Again.
Don't sweat it. Call AirServe Shreveport. AirServe Shreveport can have your AC up and running like new in no time. No matter when you need them, AirServe Shreveport guarantees 100% satisfaction and that it's fixed right or free. With upfront pricing and no overtime fees, AirServe Shreveport will do it all.
Mike!
Book your appointment today online at airserve.com.
KWKH, Shreveport, Bossier City. 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport and Bossier's #1 sports station.
Floating through the airwaves like smooth hickory smoke, Patrick Netherton.
Word 'em up. Oh, sorry, this is not Cameo. Was it Cameo that had word? Who had Word 'em up? I think it was.
You may find yourself living in a shotgun shack, and you may find yourself
Raj, did I ever tell you about the time that I actually stayed in a shotgun shack in New Orleans? So we were, every summer, my group of buddies from high school and I would get together. We still do. We get together every summer to have a guys' weekend. No wives, no kids. Just us, our old buddies, our old group of high school friends. Well, we decided to do New Orleans one year. We always try to go to different places, and one year we decided to do New Orleans, and we were going to, because while New Orleans is great as a destination, it's not great for groups that want to stay together, because it's actually really hard to find like a condo to rent or something like that we're trying, there's 4 of us, and we're trying to find, we all want to stay together in like the same place. So, Raj, we decided to do an Airbnb, and we got fooled by the Airbnb, and we ended up in a shotgun house in Central City. It claimed to be a couple of blocks from the Garden District, which it was, but the problem is it was a couple of blocks the wrong way from the Garden District. So we were in a really bad part of town in a shotgun house that only had one air conditioning unit, and that was at the back of the house. So the living room, which was at the front, and this was in the middle of summer. So the living room in the front was basically about 93 degrees at all times. Now, the back room was lovely. It was like, a balmy 70 or whatever. But it was a bedroom. And then you had a bedroom in front of that. But like a shotgun house, it was a long hallway that connected everything from the front to the back of the house. So they relied on this air conditioning unit at the back of the house to cool the front of the house. Well, it was 100 degrees outside in New Orleans. That wasn't happening. It was not a good experience, Raj. We had a great time, but mostly we had a great time because we survived. And it's one of those, if you survive this trip, then you can laugh about it. And so now we laugh about it because we survived it. Again, we were just kind of talking about the dominance of the Patriots and how I think Bill Belichick in some ways is undervalued, that everyone kind of looks at Tom Brady and says, oh, this is Tom Brady that's doing it. It's not. Brady has a large part. Again, I'm not saying Tom Brady's not great. Don't anyone get me wrong. What I'm saying is Bill Belichick is the constant on that team. It's his defense that's always there, that's always stopping guys in the Super Bowl. T-Gage says, compare Drew Brees and Tom Brady's numbers and stats. It's eye-opening. I don't know if it's that eye-opening. Brady just passed Manning for second all-time in passing yards behind Brees. They have all the touchdown, they're both high on the top 3 in the touchdown list. They're similar in a lot of ways. The difference is Drew has played in a little bit more of a passer-friendly offense, if you will. I think Belichick plays a little bit closer to the vest. Although I will say this, the Patriots do more tempo offensively than any other team in the NFL. And I applaud them for that. They'll go and tempo you on a particular drive out of nowhere. That is, all right, here we go. We're going no huddle. We're going tempo. You're not going to get set. We're not going to let you substitute. We're going to go bang, bang, bang right down the field on you. And that's something I wish the Saints would do more often, to be honest with you. I wish the Saints would tempo teams more often. But I don't think they do it enough. I think they're very cognizant of Sean Payton loves time of possession. He's a time of possession guy. That's why the Saints still huddle. That's why Drew Brees is always running the play clock down to under 5 before he snaps the ball. Even Bridgewater is doing the same thing. So I think it's a bit of a misnomer to consider that the Saints are this incredibly explosive, high-powered offense. And so what you find out is Sean Payton is he's a little bit more conservative than you think he is. And it's because of the style of play. He typically will not tempo you until it's the last minute or two of the half. Then he'll start tempoing you. But you don't typically see the Saints like the Patriots will, where they'll just break out a tempo drive out of nowhere. Jeff said Brady also doesn't play in a dome most of the year. He plays in horrible conditions at times. No doubt. No doubt. Again, I'm not here to demean Tom Brady. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to come out here and sound like, oh, Tom Brady's not good. That's incorrect. Tom Brady is fabulous. He's obviously one of the best at his position of all time. There's no doubt about that. But I don't think everyone tries to crown him as the GOAT. But I think in doing that, you sort of discount what he has around him defensively and with his head coach. And that's my thing. It's the same thing, I think, in New Orleans, right? Drew Brees is not what Drew Brees is unless he has Sean Payton directing the offense. All right, here's a great example, Raj. I talk about if you took Brees or Rodgers, not you, took Aaron Rodgers, heck, even Rodgers Hampton, I think Rodgers Hampton would have won at least one Super Bowl with the Patriots. All right, so I mentioned that, but how about the other way? Raj, do you think if I took Tom Brady and I put him with the Saints in place of Drew Brees, or I put him with the Packers in place of Aaron Rodgers, do they win any more Super Bowls than they already have won? And I think the answer is no. I think he probably wins the one Super Bowl that both of those guys have. Because, again, football is the ultimate team game. Football is the game where one guy is just not going to go win the game for you, unless it's Bo Jackson in Tecmo's Super Bowl, in which case he'll win the game for you by himself. But there's not a scenario whereby you say, okay, Tom Brady would Tom Brady have won more than one ring with the Saints if he had the same career? If he went to New Orleans in 2005 with Sean Payton, and everything else was the same. He had the same supporting cast. He had the same defensive coordinators. He had the same defenses to play with. Would Tom Brady have won more than one Super Bowl in New Orleans? No, I don't think he would have. Would he have done anything differently than Drew Brees last year? No, because they had the wheel route. They had it popped perfectly. Tommy Lee Lewis is running down the sideline. He makes the same throw. The same pass interference happens. The same. Do you think the officials go, well, that's Tom Brady, we're throwing the flag? No, if it was Aaron Rodgers, maybe they'd throw the flag, because we know that Aaron Rodgers comes with the referees. It's like the action figure that comes with, like the accessories. The Aaron Rodgers action figure comes with officials as accessories, referees as accessories. I did see the one really good meme, Raj. It was a picture of Rodgers and the head referee talking, and it said one of these men is trying desperately to lead the Packers to a win, and the other is Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Again, don't take this as demeaning Tom Brady, but I don't think he would have won any more Super Bowls in Green Bay or New Orleans, or he wouldn't have led the Chargers to any Super Bowls that Phillip Rivers hasn't. He wouldn't have won more than 2 Super Bowls with the Giants. He wouldn't have won more than 2 Super Bowls with the Steelers. I mean, am I missing something, Raj? Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I feel like I don't feel like he would have. He would have had they would have all roughly had the same career. Jeff said, I think Tom Brady would have probably had one more. He is just different down the stretch in close games. Can't explain it, but he is just different than everyone else. See, I can't agree with that. How's he different than Drew Brees? What mistakes has Drew Brees made down the stretch of games? Do you think Brady beats the Rams in overtime and goes and beats the Patriots with, I don't know, who would the Patriots quarterback at that point? Jimmy Garoppolo? I don't know that Brady would have been any different in any of those scenarios than the quarterbacks that were there. That's all I'm saying. All right, I'm not trying to flame Brady or anything. Again, I think he's the best of his generation, and I think he's obviously one of the best of all time. I have a real problem with trying to compare guys from different eras. How do you compare Tom Brady to Dan Marino? How do you compare Tom Brady to John Elway? How do you compare him to Johnny Unitas? How do you compare him to Otto Graham? How do you compare him to Y.A. Tittle? By the way, related to me at one point, Raj, by marriage, Y.A. Tittle. Not anymore. That marriage no longer exists. And that's all I'm saying here is I just don't think people don't give enough credit to Bill Belichick for what he's done. All right, let's catch a break. Oh, such a good song. I'm telling you, if you've never seen the video, the end of the century video that ESPN did set to this, one of the best videos, maybe the best video ever made, especially when it comes to sports. Go find it. It's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger.
Prepare your vehicle for the weather ahead during Super Start Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Purchase a Super Start battery and get up to a $25 gift card after mail-in rebate. Plus great deals on jumper cables, battery chargers, and more. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Be a flu fighter with a free flu shot from Walgreens. It's no cost to you with most insurance. It's quick, easy, with no appointment needed. Plus, it lowers your chances of spreading the flu to the people you care about most. Get your flu shot at Walgreens and get $5 off an eligible purchase of $20 now through November 30th. This is your shot to protect you and the ones you love. Be a flu fighter. Walgreens. Trusted since 1901. Coupon offer not valid in Arkansas, New Jersey, or New York. See coupon for terms and restrictions. Vaccines subject to availability and some restrictions may apply.
You're invited to Macy's Customer Celebration event, where you get an extra 25% off your favorite brands with your coupon or Macy's card. Take 25% off the season's best dresses. Then finish the look with stunning gold jewelry, now 25 to 50% off. And update his closet too, with great savings on suits from Alfani, Bar 3, Michael Kors, and more. Right now at Macy's. Want even more to celebrate? Then check out Macy's Star Rewards and start getting benefits no matter how you pay. Savings off regular and sale prices. Exclusions apply.
As a jet car racer, Elaine Larson has had interesting experiences.
I hit a wall at 280 miles an hour.
While most of us don't race jet cars, we get that life comes with risk. But retirement shouldn't. Elaine purchased an annuity to secure a protected income stream for the rest of her life, so her money won't stop working when she does. Find out more at retireyourrisk.org. Brought to you by the Alliance for Lifetime Income, the sole sponsor of the 2019 Rolling Stones No Filter U.S. Tour.
Hello, Saver. At Walgreens, we like the way you save on things. Take afternoon matinees. You know they have the same endings as full-price movies. And copays on Medicare Part D prescriptions. You can get them for as low as $0 with select plans. So when you choose a plan with Walgreens as your preferred pharmacy, you know you're saving smartly. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. $0 copay on Tier 1 generic drugs available through select plans that include Walgreens as a preferred pharmacy.
Does this place look haunted?
No, I don't think so.
What about those two creepy girls?
Come stay with us.
That is truly frightening.
You know what's really scary? Missing out on Geico's great service. With Geico, you get 24/7 access to licensed agents.
Thank you, creepy girls.
Want to see our room?
We're gonna sleep in the car now.
Happy Geico-ween. Switch today for 24/7 access to licensed agents.
Shreveport Bossier Family Dental, proud to announce they're providing Invisalign treatments for all their patients. Schedule your free consultation on Invisalign, and you'll get a free Zoom whitening treatment when you begin your Invisalign treatment. You heard that right. Absolutely free Zoom whitening with an Invisalign consultation. Find out more online now at ShreveportBossierDental.com. ShreveportBossierDental.com.
1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for sports.
A good time is in the air. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet.
Hip hop, hippie to the hip hop, hop, you know. That's right.
Hip hop, hippie to the hop, hip hop, rock, you rock, rock, stop. And yellow, but first I gotta bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie, say up, jump the boogie to the bang, bang, boogie, let's rock.
Yeah.
Stop, rock the rhythm that'll make your body.
It's the Patrick Netherton Show. Rapper's Delight. Yeah. Sugar Hill Gang. Okay. Trying to keep it real. By the way, one oddity of this show now is that now that Rogers has all the Kiss Funko Pop dolls, and he puts Gene over here. Gene is more in my line of sight than Rogers is. So I find myself actually talking to Gene more. Oh, yeah. Patrick Netherton Show. My lovely wife, Shannon. So I find myself actually talking to Gene most of the time. And I'm still fascinated by the tongue on the Funko Pop doll. Yeah. So the demon, as he is called. I like the fact they don't actually use their actual names. They use their character names. So the four are the Spaceman, the Catman, the Star Child, and the Demon. And that's what that says on their Funko Pop boxes. But Rogers has all of them in here. He's also got his signed Trish Stratus Funko Pop in here. We need to get one of the LeVar Burton autograph pictures in here, because there were a bunch of them that Greg got. I guess part of their deal is they have to sign so many. They have to sign like 25 items after the fact, so they go through and sign them all. Anyway. All right, let's see what's on the docket for tonight. By the way, coming up in about 10 minutes or so, we'll talk to Dennis Dodd. Dennis Dodd from CBS Sports will join us. Really good dude, national college football writer. If you want to have a listen to that, he'll be coming your way at the bottom of the hour. Tonight we got Ooh La La at Arkansas State up in Jonesboro. That'll be an interesting matchup. Ooh La La is a 6-point favorite on the road at Arkansas State. Very interesting. UCLA, meanwhile, is at Stanford. Stanford, a 3.5-point favorite. Tomorrow will be Patrick's Picks and Hambone's Hints. We'll give you our picks for the week. Remember, we have to pick the Saints, the Cowboys, and the LSU game. Speaking of which, what is the LSU line at now? Let me honestly, I haven't even looked at it to start with. It's 18. LSU's an 18-point favorite against Mississippi State. Interesting. I'm not going to give a pick away, but I can't see. How does Mississippi State stay within 18 of LSU? I just don't know. They're starting a new quarterback that can't throw. LSU's offense, this is the one thing I was thinking about today, Raj, before I was coming in here. LSU's offense appears to be trap-proof, right? Because in the past you've always said, you would look at this and you go, it's a trap game. Big game against Florida the week before. You got big game against Auburn coming up the week after. Mississippi State's a trap game. The offense is going to be sleepy. They're not going to show up. But this offense appears to be trap-proof. Even on an off day, they still scored 42, right? That was when the offense wasn't performing at its best. They scored 42 against Florida's defense. How do they not score 50 against Mississippi State? I just don't see how it's possible. So I'm not sure right now that Vegas can give enough points for LSU's opponents. I just don't see that at this point. High Rail wants to know what the line on the Saints is. I was actually getting to that, High Rail. Saints are a 3-point dog on the road at Chicago. By the way, Raj, interesting note, this is the lowest over-under of the week. 38, which means they honestly do not believe either team will break 20 in this game. Now, keep in mind, the Saints just won a game, 13-6? So it makes sense. Chicago has a pretty good defense. Chicago's offense has not been good. We don't know Trubisky's status, but even with Trubisky, they haven't been very good. Saints are going to be playing with some guys hobbled. Don't know Kamara's status as of yet. So I can understand that. I get the whole over under of 38, but man, that is low. That is really low. But the Saints are a 3-point underdog on the road at Chicago. Meanwhile, the Cowboys are a 2.5-point favorite against Philly, where Peterson is already all but guaranteed a victory for the Eagles in Dallas. I will say this. You have to be confident, right? You have to go in thinking you're going to win every game, especially in the NFL. In college, when the Demons are playing LSU You can act confident, but you know you're not going in there and winning that game. Even 24-14 at halftime is not like, hey, guys, we're going to rally in the second. No, you're going to try to play your best. You're going to try to go and win. But you know more than likely you're not going to win. But in the NFL, you kind of always have to believe you're going to win those games. Doesn't mean you have to say it. And Doug Peterson didn't say, I guarantee we're going to win. He said, we're going to go to Dallas and we're going to win, which is the mindset you have to have. You're not like, we're going to go down to Dallas and, we're going to try to keep it close. You can't have that mindset. So I get it. But you don't necessarily want to say that. Meanwhile, the Cowboys are dropping like flies. They got injuries all over the place. Don't know Amari Cooper's status. They lost a defensive lineman for the year. And they're just it's the struggle bus right now in Dallas. But hey, Jerry Jones believes Jason Garrett would be a much sought-after head coach if he was a free agent. He may be the only one. Again, Rodgers and I tried to come up with one, Monday, Raj? I think we tried to come up with, or yesterday. We tried to come up with any team that we thought would take Jason Garrett, and the only one we could consider was the Washington Redskins, and that's just because of Dan Snyder. Because Dan Snyder's a weirdo anyway. And so it sounds like something he would do. But I don't know. Jeff said 13.5 favorite over Florida and only 18 against a bad Mississippi State team. This is just bizarre. LSU offense will drop at least 45. Yeah, and that's the thing. It feels like this offense right now is sort of they're trap proof. They're trap game proof. Right? They're going to go out and they're going to score 40 on you without even really having to work too hard. But Mississippi State's offense isn't built to respond to that. So, yeah, I mean, would they be able to beat Mississippi State 40-20? Yeah. I think anyone thinks so. Draco said is Gallup healthy, and if Jason gets fired, he may have to coach high school. Well, maybe he can go fill in for Art Briles, who's already, by the way, has already had 2 players ruled ineligible and has had to start forfeiting wins. That's what you get for hiring that guy. The more you look into Art Briles, the less you like him. All right. Dennis Dodd of CBS Sports will join us next. Stay tuned for that. Then we'll wrap up the show after that. It's the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger.